Welcome to another Transformers Universe Classics 2.0 review. This time we're going to be looking at the Deluxe Class Sideswipe figure. Now in his vehicle mode he is mainly just a repaint of Sunstreaker from yellow to red. But there are a few other little changes here and there in this mode. Such as he now has a black stripe going from the front of the door all the way around to the rear wheel, and that's on both sides. And on the back where it previously said we are 84 on the license plate, and now it just says swipe, which is a little weird. I think they could have done something a little bit more 25th anniversary for Sideswipe and just having it say swipe. I think the alternators figure said the same thing. I may be wrong though. And if we look on the engine here, which is on top, it is actually a little bit different from Sunstreaker's. Here's Sunstreaker's. If you can see, like especially this part right here, this is a little bit more dull gray, and this one's a little bit more metallic looking, in the same fashion of any premium series movie line toy, such as the grill on premium series Optimus Prime. Just go ahead and snap that back on. But overall, I do like the red a lot better on this vehicle mode than the yellow from the previous version, just because I think the yellow makes it look a little bit cheaper, while this one makes it more look like a model, as in I think you see more Lamborghinis in a red color scheme than yellow, but I may be wrong, but that's just my opinion. And it makes it look more like a model, and closely more related to a alternator figure. The only improvement upon this design I could have thought of is putting some clear windows. I don't mind painted windows as long as it's consistent, like on this one it's painted all the way around. But just being a little nitpicky is I think if they wanted to make it really look spectacular, is just to give clear windows and put some detailing somehow to make it look like the inside of a car. But other than that, this is a very good alt mode. The transformation is exactly the same, just a couple different twists and turns just to give him the Sideswipe appearance. Just going to be taking off the engine, setting it aside for now, and taking the gun here, which is stored on the bottom, which will become his shoulder cannon. In a very Generation 1 feel, just take the entire back half and fold it up, and as you do so, take the rear section of the car and fold off to the side. It's extended, and this will become the front of the legs with the blue plastic on the front. Separate them, rotate them so that the rear section here is facing outward. Now, and then to get the feet out, take this little tab here and that'll pop out. And when you're transforming back to vehicle mode, you want to make sure you have the bottom of the foot sticking outward like this, because with that ball joint there, it'll allow for it to bend against that and make it easier to pop out. If you can see that, oh, there you go, like that. But if you have it the other way, then it's going to be really stuck in there. It'll be a lot harder to get it out. But with this one, you may not be able to help it, because this particular one was packaged with one foot inward like that and the other one backwards. So once you finally get it figured out and transformed, I think that's the best way to do it from then on, is just to have the back of the foot outward. And the legs are done. Just rotate it around. That's another one different thing from Sunstreaker is that you left the legs like this, but with this one we're turning it all the way around. And now just take the doors here, separate them from the rest of the car, and start to get the wheels to turn around. Probably would be easier if you pull this section forward, which is part of it. Does give a little bit more room. Okay. And then you can start to flip the hood down, and then the best way, because the arms really don't lock in anywhere, but the best way to get the most secure is to rotate this white hinge around so it's kind of resting against this piece here. Come on, there you go. Okay. And the arms are done. I'll explain that in a second. And just make sure that the hood is secured in place. So, there we go. And then with the same automorph gimmick with the first one, once you rotate the hood around, the head will pop up. Then you can take, if you want, you can take the engine and store it in the back right there if you really want to, and then you could take the can go in either hand, but I prefer to just to give a more Generation 1 feel, you can put it in the shoulder on either side, like that. And there he is in robot mode. Now, I just want to get a few of the annoyances out of the way before I go on. Part of the quality control issue with this is that this door and this arm, in case you probably saw earlier, is just real floppy. It doesn't stay in place very well, as you can tell on this one. It's rather snug. So it's really just a quality control issue with this part, so I'm not going to take it away from the overall quality of the figure, but it's a little bit annoying. And I'm not sure if this is a quality control issue or not, or if it's just a result of the retool, but these holes here on the top, which is where the shoulder cam mounts, is actually on the same Sunstreaker mold right there, but these are a little bit bigger. So while this is a little bit snug trying to get in there, it goes in pretty easy on this one. And then at first it didn't think it could go in because it was pretty snug, but I'm not sure why that is, but at least you know it won't pop out too easily once you do get that on. So overall, it is a very great figure. It has a whole lot of detail on it. If you look on the head here, it really does look a lot like the alternator version of Sideswipe. And now has the Autobot symbol on the chest. On the hood portion of the car instead of having on the roof. It is very articulated, and the arms has multiple points, and even how the wheels turn into the chest can give him more range of motion, and just about average on the legs. Kind of blockish in the legs, but it allows him for great stability. The one part that I really like about both of these molds is just how ingenious they are with the transformation. They are the same toy, pretty much. You can tell that they're related, but really they don't look all too much alike, especially in the torso and head. Well, the head is obviously remoted, but it's really awesome how they figured out how this is going to be the back of this one here, and how the chest of this one is going to be the back on this one. I really give Hasbro props for thinking of this idea. While it is still cost effective, or yeah, it's cost effective for them, instead of having to produce two completely different toys, you don't feel like you're buying the same toy twice because of the multiple things you can do. You can make him look like Sideswipe by turning the head and waist around, but the hands are going to be different, the head's going to be different. So even though the vehicle modes look exactly the same, you can tell that they're related in robot mode, but it gives them enough different appearance to enjoy them both in different ways. And plus once you get them both together in robot mode, they look really good since they are twins, and they are really supposed to be displayed together, in my opinion. And with that being said, I do like, as a piece by itself, I do like this Sideswipe figure a lot better. I like the red more. I like the roof, or the hood of the car being the chest instead of the roof and windshield. I like the head sculpt a lot better. And just overall, I enjoy this figure a lot more than I thought I would, since it is just a retool. But if you're really only going to get one of the twins, since it is basically the same figure, I would definitely recommend getting Sideswipe before Sunstreaker. But if you are a completist and have to get both, you're not going to feel like you're getting ripped off, because it really does make it more individual instead of just feeling like a repaint. So with how much I enjoy this figure, with how much of it being a 100% up-to-date version of the Generation 1 toy, this has become my favorite deluxe class Transformer from the Universe line, which the previous one was Prowl. So highly recommended no matter what. Until next time, thank you for watching.